Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do an 8-inch bloom over this painting that I did that I don't like. I liked everything but that one part under my hand. So that's a big chunk of it. So I decided to go ahead and paint over it. It's just a level 1 canvas. So I'm going to use a black pillow using the bloom recipe. So this is black Onyx from Colourarte Satin. And it's from Walmart, so it's the satin versus like the semi-gloss. Anyway, I figured that would be a little bit more forgiving over another painting because it's a little bit thinner than like a white pillow paint would be. And I'm going to use some of the colors I've really enjoyed using a lot lately. Some of them, well, one of them is from the Summer Sequins set from Primary Elements. And the other colors... most of the other colors are new Prizm Pour colors. So I'm going to go over those colors with you. And I'm also kind of practicing blowing my blooms out because I've had some challenges with that lately. So I decided this would be a good practice small bloom to give it a shot. And the good thing is a black pillow is a little more forgiving if you have less than perfect blowout of a bloom. There's just something about a black pillow that it just still looks pretty. So the first color I'm going to put down is called Deep Sea, and it's from Global, and I got that from Pixel Paint Designs. I really like this color a lot, actually. And I also wanted to try out one of my boom gels I haven't used yet, which is I think it's violet. Pearlescent violet. So I'm going to put that one toward the top right underneath my cell activator. So this is the Deep Sea color. I love it. It's a beautiful color. And on top of that is Royal Sapphire, which is a brand new Prizm Pour color. It's part of the new Beach Bouquet set that just came out. And I have the link in the description box. It's on Colourarte's website, and you can save 20% off the new set along with anything else from Colourarte using my code, which is Mandy1120. I really love these colors, and the Prizm Pour just continues to be better and better all the time. So I think you'll really enjoy these colors. And next up, sorry, something in my puppy pool seems to make my spinner a little bit crooked on the bottom, so I was trying to adjust. And so next up is another favorite of mine from the new set called Violet Rose. It's got a beautiful color shift, and it is a gorgeous color. And I love to see how these colors pop against that black pillow. I think they're really cool looking. So this is another favorite of mine from that new set. And I'm just getting a little piece of lint or something out of my pillow paint. Just popping some bubbles here. Next color, I believe, is Chambord, which I am in love with that color. I've used it in like 3 of the 4 most recent pours. And that's from the Summer Sequins set of Primary Elements. And it just happens to go really nicely with these colors. It's just such a beautiful color. So gorgeous. Look at that. How can you not love that color? Look at it. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. I just can't say enough how much I love it. So just popping some bubbles there. I really do think that color is just gorgeous. And next up, if I remember, is Neptune's Gaze from the beautiful new Prizm Pour Beach Bouquet. I think it's a beautiful color. I was a little unsure about putting it right next to the Chambord, but it seemed to do great. Look at that color. It's just gorgeous. And it has such a beautiful shimmer. I love it. And then last but not least, I put just a touch of Oasis, which is a Glass Wings Bling It color. It's from the Glass Wings set. I wanted you to see this color. Look how pretty. I just decided to throw a little more on there, you know. I was just going, you know, sometimes I have like this, almost like a creative block. I know I want to paint something and I have a limited window of time where I can paint. And I go looking through colors I have mixed up. And then sometimes I just open a drawer where I haven't used some colors in a while and just grab one of those. And that's kind of how Oasis got into this one. I was like, oh, I haven't used you for a minute. It's a beautiful color. I love those Bling It colors. They're so much fun to work with. And then right on top of that, I'm going to put some Pearlescent Violet Boom Gel. And I'm putting that up close to my cell activator on purpose because it definitely helps produce some beautiful round cells. And because I've been having some challenges blowing things out lately with a blow dryer, and I need to practice, I thought, what a great way to use my Boom Gel, because I haven't used this one yet, and kind of help me with the blowout. So don't forget about the discount codes below for Colourarte. Save 20% off using my code Mandy1120. And then for Boom Gels, Australian Floetrol, and even that global paint I started off with, you can get those from Pixel Paint Designs, and you can use Mandy15 in all caps and save 15%. So don't forget the description box. There's a lot of good discounts below. For my cell activator, I'm using Atelier Blue Black. Sorry about my head getting right in the way. And I get that at Blick. I also have a link for Blick in the description box below. And all I'm doing is just enlarging that a little bit to make it easier to blow out. Unfortunately, it shrinks right back. So one of the things I like about Atelier is, since it's a heavy body, it's a thicker paint, and so most of the time it holds its cell structure better. But I've been having some challenges lately with getting my ratios right. I get so used to doing minimal or negative space swipes with it, and you can afford for it to be thicker, and it works great for those. But you can see I'm having trouble getting that same even distribution of cells in a bloom. Now, some of it is because I go in and I try to move things out where they didn't blow out as well. But some of it's how I'm blowing it out. So I had thinned it out just a little bit, but I noticed when I thin it out, the middle wasn't quite moving as much, and I lost some of my cells and lacing on the outer edges based on how I blew it out. But I don't think it has anything to do with the consistency of it. I think that has to do with how I'm blowing it out. But I find for me, if I don't do blooms where I blow them out like on a larger surface for a while, it's like I lose my touch for a little bit, and then I have to kind of practice. So I try to do a balance of blooms and negative space swipes, and so that way I don't kind of lose the progress I make through practicing. And if you are new to blooms, which I'm sure some of you guys are more experts than I am for sure. But if you're new to blooms, one of the things I would say is you got to be really patient with yourself in the process, because you'll get something down and then you'll feel like, yes, finally, and then you'll have a rough day and feel like you didn't learn anything. So you just have to be patient. So all I'm doing there is trying to blow it out a little bit where I didn't do the greatest job on the blowout. I'm not very good at blowing blooms out with my mouth. I just don't. I always go down into the pillow. I just did that right there. I think I'm not gentle enough or something. I don't know. But I super love these colors together. Absolutely love them. And using the Pearlescent Violet under the cell activator, even though I don't have perfect distribution of cells, it made such a difference in how plump and pretty the cells were. And since most of the cells are kind of across from each other, it works for me. I still like it. And look how beautiful that Chambord color is. It is like super vibrant, and it's like a perfect complement to these colors, I think. So I was super happy. So all you saw me do just there is take a turkey baster and just very gently blow to help some of that cell activator break the surface tension and let other cells come through. And now I'm just trying to piddle around with some of these areas where maybe the blowout isn't the greatest, to give us a little bit of composition as we spin it out. So I'm doing two things. I'm playing around with this, and I'm also giving the cell activator a little bit to do its thing in the middle. But you can see in some places I just kind of lost the cell activator, like on some of those larger petals where there's no cells or lacing. It just sort of went its own way. So I can work with that, but it bothers me that that's happening. And I can't figure out if it's because my cell activator is too thin or if it's just how I blew it out. So these are the random things I wonder about when I do these paintings. So this part, I moved a little slowly because I wanted to not overwork it. But I wanted to create some interest in some of those places where there isn't as much cells or lacing. And especially this one kind of naked corner, which tells me that something is under my spinner, maybe not making it as level as it should be. But even though I struggled a little bit with the composition, I love these colors together so much. And I know it's hard for you to see the shimmer from where you are, but I mean, they're just gorgeous. And here I go with the turkey baster again. I'm like, please. So the reason why I'm so paranoid on this one is my last piece that you may have seen, the center had too much cell activator and I had blown too far down, so I couldn't really move it very well. And as it dried, because there was kind of a spot of cell activator in the center, the cells in the center got really squiggly, and I was really bummed about that. So I was afraid that was going to happen with this one. Thankfully it didn't, but I kept going in and checking on it last night. After I painted it, I was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. With the other one, it's still pretty. But that center moving really bothered me. I still think it's beautiful if you look at it as a whole piece, and I still think I'm going to resin it. But that just really bummed me out. So you can see me kind of gesturing to it. I'm a little bit nervous about that. But the wonderful thing about using a boom gel underneath your cell activator is the boom gel sort of continues to work with it. And that's a trick I learned watching Shelley. And she kind of explained you have to be careful about using too much of it underneath your cell activator because it can gobble it up. So just enough is kind of perfect, because if you're a little heavy-handed with your cell activator, which I tend to be, so that I have a bigger target to blow it out, it really helps to kind of compensate, I guess, a little bit for using too much of it. So here I am, still trying with my turkey baster, but afraid to overwork it. So I continue to try to break the surface tension a little bit and let a couple cells come through. I was just extraordinarily paranoid about that happening for this one. You know, when you work so hard on something and you are innocent while it's drying, and while it's drying it betrays you, it's just painful. You know, you put it away and you're like, oh, that was wonderful, I'm so happy, and then you go back and it cracks or it moves or something. It's like a sucker punch to your gut. Hurts your feelings. Hurts my feelings anyway. So you can see it's spun out really beautiful. There's definitely some part where the pillow showed through because I did not do a great job blowing it when I was trying to fix it. But that's, again, the beauty of using a black pillow is it's not as noticeable. It still looks really cool. So I personally really liked this one. And considering this is only a little 8-inch, it's just a small victory, but I really liked it, and I think it turned out beautiful. And yeah, super happy about it. So I'm going to bring you in for a close-up shortly. Don't forget about the discount codes and all the fun stuff in the description box. Our Fluid Art Friends Facebook group is in there as well. And here we go for a close-up. All right, everybody, so here's our close-up. We definitely have some composition challenges. I think something in my puppy pool must be crooked because my spinner seems to always put the center of the bloom a little bit over one way or the other. When I tried to correct some of the blow, you can see that I blew down into the pillow paint, but with a black pillow, it's not nearly as noticeable. But look how gorgeous these colors are together. I definitely have too much cell activator here in the center. My hope is that the boom gel will kind of keep working at it. That's why I put it right underneath the cell activator. It's already closed the gap a little bit. I love this part right here and this part right here. That Chambord color looks amazing with these colors. It's such a bright and hot fuchsia pink. It's so pretty. And I love those peacock cells right there. I also love this part right here. That Deep Sea paint by Global is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, and it works great as like the base layer for all of these colors. So you can see how beautiful these colors are together. And these new Prizm Pour colors are just amazing. The shift in this violet rose color is awesome. So I really hope it dries well. I know I'm taking a gamble painting over another painting, but it's a little less of a gamble with a black pillow paint than a white one because a white one is so much thicker. But I just hope that it dries nicely. My painting that I did recently, when I left too much cell activator in the center, the cell activator caused the cells to get squiggly, so really hurt my feelings. So I still think it's pretty, but it definitely lost some composition. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're new, I'd love it if you would subscribe and like and let me know you're here. And if you're returning, thank you so much for all your continued support. Don't forget about the discount codes in the description box below. And these new Prizm Pour colors are now live on the website, so I have the link also in the description box below. So thank you again so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. And goodbye.